Changing out the background of an image is a very simple task in Photoshop. There's multiple ways to approach it. So let's say, for instance, I've captured this image with a pretty simple sky, boring sky, not very exciting sky. So I can use multiple different Photoshop tools to replace that sky and make my image look something more like this. So that's what I'm going to go through today to kind of show you some simple ways to go about it. Notice in this file, my finished file, I'll start over again from scratch, but in the finished file, I have multiple layers all at one time in the same document. So you can either start off with individual layers and combine them as you see fit, or you can go ahead and start with all of them in the same document. So in order to start all of them in the same document, if you're using Lightroom, go ahead and select the 3 images you want to use. Right-click, edit in, and choose open as layers in Photoshop. So then you'll get all 3 layers in the same document. As you see, it's building here. So I've went ahead and included 2 different backgrounds or skies, so I can pick and choose which one I think looks best. I'm going to go ahead and grab my foreground and bring it to the bottom right now just to move it out of the way. And so I have 2 different sky things that I can consider. And it is always important when you look at the sky that you want to generally think of what direction is the light coming from. So this particular image, the sun is from the right. And this image, the sun is coming more from the left. So as I combine that with my foreground, I want to consider which one is going to make the most sense. So in this case, I would want to include the image where the sky is coming from, or the sun is coming from the left. So I would want to include that sky. So that would be this one right here. Okay, so simple ways to go about it. The easy, simple way is go ahead and start with your document and your foreground, and you want to delete the background. So grabbing whatever selection tool works best for you to select that background. I'm going to choose Magic Wand, and then I want to add a little bit more here. So I'm going to hold down Shift and include this area. And because my layer is not a locked layer, I can now just hit the delete key. And there goes my sky. Get rid of my marching ants with Command or Control D. And then I can turn on my background layer. So all I have to do here is change the order of my layers. I'm going to grab the foreground here. Oops. And bring it down to the bottom corner. I'm going to go ahead and crop my image. Actually, first I'm going to go ahead and place the background a little bit differently. All I really care is about the clouds and the sky. So I'm going to do something like this. I want to make sure I don't have any of the green trees because that would just look kind of odd. I'm really looking more about just the clouds. Yeah, something like this might even be a little bit better. About there. Okay, and so now I have the background. All I have to do is crop to fit my foreground image. And I'm done. So that's the simple way using traditional methods of selection keys and just deleting your original background. But there is also a new tool in Photoshop that is fantastic for changing backgrounds. So let me go ahead and give that one a try here. So I've just opened up a new clean copy of my foreground. And this time I'm going to choose Edit, Sky Replacement. And this pulls up a new tool in Photoshop where Photoshop has loaded different skies for me. So I can go ahead and drop down this sky option. I have a choice of blue skies, spectacular, all kinds of great stuff in here. I can, even with the plus symbol, add my own sky. I do want to look at clouds that where the light is coming from the left side, so I know that this is one of those. So I'm going to go ahead and select it and just say okay. And then it comes in, but I have to change the order of the layers, it appears, because it's brought it up on top of my foreground layer. But otherwise, notice how it kind of has some transparency in there. And so just using the basic defaults, I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. And then I'm just going to change the order of my, I can just turn on that copy from before. But otherwise, if I just change the order of the layers, then I will get my beautiful new sky. So the sky replacement tool is another option to go about changing out your sky. Notice Photoshop adds a whole bunch more additional layers with built-in masks. And that is to your advantage. If you're a more advanced Photoshop user, then you can really fine-tune the look and feel that you want. So that's how you do it. Sky replacement or background replace.